onslaught on the constitutional petition was led by learned counsel, Mr. Eric Gumbo, Mr. Paul Nyamodi, and Honorable Gitonga Murugara. They identify the following issues for this court's determination. A, what is the extent of this court's jurisdiction, Gachagua? B, whether the sub judice rule under Standing Orders 89 and 103 of the National Assembly and the Senate Standing Orders bars parliamentary proceedings on impeachment where judicial proceedings are pending. C, whether the impeachment proceedings before the National Assembly were valid. D, whether the petitioners have demonstrated any valid grounds for challenging the impeachment proceedings conducted before the Senate. E, whether the impeachment unconstitutionally subverted the sovereign will of the electorate expressed in the 2022 general elections, contrary to Articles 1, 2, and 38 of the Constitution. F, whether the nomination, approval, and appointment of Honorable Kindiki as the Deputy President was invalid, and whether the petitioners are entitled to any of the reliefs sought. The National Assembly and clerk submitted that the impeachment of His Excellency Gachagua as Deputy President was constitutionally valid, procedurally proper, and politically necessary to uphold accountability and the rule of law. They also defended the subsequent nomination, approval, and appointment of Honorable Kindiki as Deputy President as fully compliant with the Constitution. Their positions remained that an impeachment is a political process, not a judicial one, and that the Constitution vests sovereign power in the people exercised through their elected members under Article 1, that the Constitution mandates public participation, strict timelines, and bicameral supermajority representation requirements of the 2/3 in both houses, making the impeachment framework rigorous and transparent. They submitted that the comparative analysis with the United States, Philippines, Brazil, South Korea, and Nigeria shows that Kenya's process aligns with global presidential systems where impeachment is a constitutional safeguard against abuse of office. On the High Court's jurisdiction under Article 165 of impeachment proceedings, they submitted that such power is only residual and supervisory, not appellate. That impeachment is a political process entrusted to Parliament, and courts should not interrogate the substantive merits of impeachment charges. They added that the court's role is limited to ensuring procedural compliance and protection of individual constitutional rights, and citing the cases in Wambora and Sonko. They asserted that the courts must show deference to Parliament in matters where the Constitution grants Parliament discretion. Learned counsel also cited the decision in the Supreme Court of Philippines in Re Sara Duterte, which similarly held that courts will not encroach on co-equal branches on political questions.